bust, 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 bust. I told that baby go bust, 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 bust.
Next thing I want to talk about is Ice Cube, Ice Block, the fridge. You guys know Ice Cube, legend rapper, producer, actor, incredibleness. So yeah, he's recently done an episode with this podcast, the PBD podcast with Patrick's on Valuetainment channel. And yeah, it's cool. I watch it sometimes. They talk about a lot of things, talk about politics, talk about money, talk about how to make some money. If you want to make some money, watch the PBD podcast because they talk about a lot of interesting stuff. So now they've got Ice Cube on it, which is interesting, cool to have a hip-hop mogul like him. And they ask him about P. Diddy. What does he think about the whole Diddy thing? And yeah, his response was interesting. We're gonna hear what he says.
Yeah, kind of, lost contact with him and really stopped, dealing with Puffy around 94.
Oh, yeah. Any specific reason?
Yeah, I mean, they was doing their thing, I was doing mine. And, I'm not the partying type. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to a Diddy party. I ain't never really wanted to go, but I don't go to a lot of people parties. That just ain't what I'm in it for. You've been to one, you've been to them all.
Facts.
Are you surprised that things are coming out with Diddy at all? Or you're like, you have no idea? It's none of my business. You'll live long. It's kind of like a mindset.
Surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? It's hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, somebody, has the power to pull the trigger to make, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
That's interesting. Because there is this chat that Diddy is being targeted, and some shit he didn't pay the Illuminati fees or whatever. So niggas are now coming after him. The FBI, they've always had this information on it. They've always known this shit. Now, because A, B, and C, maybe he's done some shit or he's not done some shit. So now they want to come after him, expose him, character assassinate him, pretty much just get rid of him. It's a plausible side. We have seen it before, in different cases of people. But it's just also like, even if he is being targeted, it's like they're exposing this nigga for what he was. You know what I mean? So they just picked him out of the bunch, Like, that's kind of my reasoning when they say, oh, he's being targeted. Yeah, he's being targeted. He's one of many niggas that are doing this shit. But shit, I guess it was his time. You got to pick all of them Ian for Ian by Ian by Ian. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like it's a lame excuse to say he's being targeted, because it's different to say this person's being targeted and they're spreading false rumors, fake news about him. But with Diddy, it's like all of this shit is true. We've seen the tapes, we've seen the lawsuits, we've read the lawsuits, we've seen the pictures. Niggas are coming out and saying this. Niggas are backtracking to fucking interviews and videos and footages of this guy. Just so it's kind of like, if they targeted him, shame. It was his time to go. It was his time for the veil to be unraveled and for the nigga to be exposed. So I think it's a lame excuse to say he's being targeted. It just makes him like a victim when he's not a victim.
Okay. All right. So you think he's being targeted. So you don't think, Shook said, you can say what you want about Diddy, but Diddy didn't learn to like young boys. He learned it from a man named Clive Davis. He threw Clive Davis in there. It doesn't sound like you're part of the camp. You're part of the camp that you think he's being targeted.
I don't know enough to even be able to be specific on any of this stuff. It's just all speculation. I just know he was cool up until a point, and then this stuff started happening. So I believe somebody, like I said, yo, he's our new guy. We on this year or whatever.
In these uncertain times.
Okay. Whew. Perfect time to stop before the ad. Sorry, Patrick. But yeah, no, that's interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not coming at the GOAT. I'm not coming at the Cube, man. But for me, just like, I don't like that chat when people say he's being targeted, because it's not like the niggas are spreading fake news about him. That's not like anything about this guy. I'm sure there's a lot of cancellation. There's a lot of lawsuits that are just like quick buck lawsuits. Just greedy lawyers chasing a check. We know that, yes, definitely there is that side, but it's just like there's also a huge chunk of his whole situation that is real. we've seen in the footage. I feel like the footage just connected everything, because before that it was really just allegations, and that's why he was so adamant on, you know, on remaining innocent and saying he's innocent and saying he didn't do any of that shit. But then with the footage out, it's just like it tied everything together. It just crumbled the nigga, because it's like you can't deny anything. Yeah, you can read shit on the lawsuit, but now you can see shit with your eyes. We saw that nigga beat the shit out of Cassie, you know, respectfully. So he's not being targeted. He's just, his time is up. That's just how it is. And whoever's next is next. All right, cool. Let's move on, man. Shout out to Value Entertainment. Shout out to Cube Legend. Cool. Let's move on.
Bust, I told that baby go.